such an asshole.
I'm going to read through all of it, and then I'll go through individually each item because it'll just be most efficient that way. I'm going to keep him anonymous because he wanted to remain anonymous, but he's okay with a public video. But I'm going to, it's going to benefit some other people like him in the same situation. Hi, Aaron. I'm a late 20-something man in Australia with girlfriend, will propose soon, who is somewhat older. Currently live together in my mortgaged apartment in an expensive city. She owns a house that she rents in a cheaper city that she rents. So she rents it out. That's grown to be worth almost double my apartment. Both mortgages have significant amounts of debts on it. No debt other than that. Combined $100,000 in savings and ETFs. Both currently work 6-figure 40-hour 9-to-5 jobs. My problem can be reduced to 2 areas of concern. We both hate our 9-to-5 and have desires for side hustles, starting a new business. Oh, that's nice. Anything else? That's from Kelly's Heroes. 2, undecided whether to have kids and feel rushed due to her age. Do they have menopause in Australia? I'm just wondering. Is it different on the Southern Hemisphere? Did I bump my head? No, okay. Point 1, context. I work a corporate thing. Started at the Big Four. Somehow never had to work hard. Perhaps that was due to the disease. Was mostly work from home. Projects were never too crazy. Now I'm in a super cushy job, basically totally virtual. I barely work each week, and I get paid double what I did in the Big Four. If I go to the previous, let me reread what you just wrote, the previous paragraph. We both hate our 9-to-5 and have desires for side hustles. I'm paid a lot of money to have a super cushy job. I don't know if you guys have this in Australia. We have a cartoon character called, well, it's a Muppet called Beaker. Swear to God. We need a big fucking war where everyone faces death, gets real close to death, and then they'd be like, oh, maybe I should just shut the fuck up. Oh, that's nice. We got electricity and water and toilet paper. I also found high school easy, went to a good university with my bad habits, performed average, but was smart enough to get into Big Four due to work experience while studying. In short, due to my intelligence, efficient way of work, and luck, my working life has been relatively easy. Well, we better put a stop to that. Fucking howdy. Shit. With our Fortnites and kangaroos and didgeridoos, we better put a fucking stop to that. My working life has been relatively easy, which is why I think I'm allergic to the prospect of a 9-to-5. Oh, he's allergic to things he doesn't want. Oh, he's allergic to reality. Oh, sir, I'm wondering, do you guys import the white girl blood as a drug from Edina direct, or do you guys grow your own? Like, what's, over in Victoria or Canberra? Canberra. Why can't I remember the name of the capital? Melbourne, Perth bin, Sydney bin. Do you guys have, do you grow your own privileged white girl blood that you all shoot up down there? Or do you want the best stuff from Edina and Winnetka? Problem. My current cushy role has been made redundant. Virtual work is on the decline. The idea of continuing to have a meaningless, boring 9-to-5 job where I know I'll need to commute at least 2 days to the office for the rest of my life, working with mediocre people and mediocre professionals, it terrifies me. All this money, it's easy. I don't think I'm lazy, not a hard worker, but I do get stressed, neurotic easily, and I'm an overthinker. Yeah, we're going to see that. We're going to see that trait. I'm going to tell you right now, you should not be a father. You're too neurotic. I fear for your kids if you were to have them. What's wrong with that? Fuck if I know, Joey. When I need, which leads to procrastination. But I get stressed, neurotic easily, and I'm an overthinker, which leads to procrastination. I don't know how you get to your position with procrastination. Uh, when I need to, because it's a personal project or I'm forced to, I'm extremely focused and hardworking, can provide. No, well, then you're not procrastinating. At the same time, my girlfriend also hates 9 to 5 due to lots of negative experience with a toxic work environment. Okay, now knowing, I'm going to be blunt with you, knowing how fragile you are, like your job is easy and that bothers you. And you might have to go in 2 days a week and you just can't deal working with normal people. Is she as fragile as you? Like when you say negative experiences, you mean like everyday experiences that every comes with every job? Or like legit the boss is a psychopath. I understand. I understand. Boomer bosses are global and toxic work environments. Yeah, is it really toxic? Or is it, oh, she had to commute 3 days a week. She wants to quit, sell my unit, move to the cheaper city where she owns a house and run on my income while she explores business opportunities. Well, as long as, like you get free rent, okay. And you've commingled funds and da da da. I'm going to go over that later. She has been exploring businesses to buy / take over online. Online, not real ones, huh? And even learning a trade like landscaping and doing a career change before taking it solo. Oh, okay, a real job. All right. Eventually, I could quit my job and join her to pursue my writing ambitions. You've started a Substack that you're working towards. Point 2. This plan would be great. Happy for you to tell me issues with it. However, we are thinking about whether we should have kids. If you're thinking about it, you shouldn't have kids. If you don't know, don't have kids. Okay. Also, as I'm not kidding, you're too neurotic to have kids. You know, it's the classic. So, here's what I want to do to you, and I don't mean this in any mean way, but it's like the South Park solution to kids with ADHD. And there's 3 kids, and then here's our solution to get them to treat ADD. He just whaps the kid on the head and says, "Shut up and study." No, no. I'm going to tell you right now. I'll get to it later, but she doesn't know. You don't know. That's a no. Okay. If you're not sure, no. This isn't like, should we get the SUV or the pickup truck? Okay. These are sentient human beings. And if you're like, I want to be a dad, she wants to be a mom, this is one of the most important things in my life that I want to do. If you're like, I could get tacos. No, then neither of you should have kids. I grew up in a hardworking family who put all their savings into private schooling and some hobbies for you. I associate having kids with having a lot of time and expenses. Yes. Yes, they are if you do it right. And I feel guilty having kids and not giving them the life I had. Well, I don't know if you have to send them to private school. Public education is garbage will ruin them. Yeah, okay. Well, then you should probably homeschool them or send them to private school. But you're that's good. You care about the kids that much. That's a good thing. But if you don't know, like it should be, I've always wanted this as a life goal. Both of you. I don't know why you're talking marriage. If you two are, "Oh, do you, I don't you, I don't you, I don't you." Basically, I'm terrified of having kids and the financial, emotional stress of that forcing us to stay in our crappy 9 to 5. Yeah, no. And not be able to travel as much. Okay, there it is. There, you like travel. Okay. And you're worried about the work that's going to come with. You are not qualified to have kids. Do not have kids. Please don't have kids. You guys would not be good parents. You're not going to be evil. You're just not going to be adequate. Okay. Do not have kids. Please do not bring children into this world. No. But if we don't have kids, I may regret it in 20 years. Oh, so it is all about you. It's not about you. It's the kids, man. Especially if all of our side hustles businesses end up being failures. Oh, so they're number 2, right? No. Of all the people that should not be having kids, it's you or people collecting welfare. Don't forget those people. Those people should not be having kids, but they do because they got nothing else to do but fuck without condoms. Money, please. What would you advise we do? Any tips on how to approach this dilemma, or am I overcomplicating it? I said, okay. And then you said here, don't mind if it has to be public. Thought I'd also add in the no kids equation, we can sell her house and move to an even cheaper city in a different province and live an idyllic country life and have no mortgages. Obviously can't be done with kids, as this province has fuck all jobs and bad schools. However, feel like avoiding kids is me just taking the easy lane again in life. And God, do you ask what you want? What do you want? You're trying to rationalize a decision. One way or the other, it doesn't matter. Do you want to have kids or do you not want to have kids? The fact you don't know is a no. Do not have kids. And I should have kids to force me to put in effort to become CEO or make a successful business to support them. If I don't, I may live with regret and not be fulfilled. You've never asked once in your life what you really want in life, have you? It's always been what you're told. And shut up and study. Dude, you can't determine whether or not you're going to have kids if you can't figure out what you want in life first. If I don't, I may live with regret and not be fulfilled. We may feel, you know what? That's better than you having kids and fucking them up. We may feel lonely in old age. You will. Yes. Where do you millennials get this shit that there's some fucking perfect? Where is this? Where did you go? Where is this? But I mean, I got a question, man. Like here in the United States, when we find used syringes of white girl blood, it's a syringe. In Australia, is it legal? Is it just like this big, like vat that you just take the syringe and you hook it up and it comes out like a tap, like you got those big old beer taps, right? At breweries. Is it just on tap in Australia? Is it legal? You just shoot yourselves up? Fucking sit down, wake the fuck up, and realize that there is no perfect fucking world, and there's no you want to have all your options on the table. You want to have your cake and eat it too. Get real fucking familiar with the Thomas Sowell quote. There are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. And you're not guaranteed jack fuck all shit. And if you want to stop being a neurotic pain in the ass and have this stress in your life, start step 1. What do we want? And then focus on, but if I want A, I won't be able to have B. That's right. You're not going to be able to have B. It's there's only enough money, time, resources, whatever to get A. That means you have to give up B. But I might want B. No. Enjoy A. Stop worrying about B. You decide you either get A and you have to give up B, or you get B and you give up A. But for the love of God, knock it off worrying about, but I don't have B. What if I wanted B? It doesn't. Stop it. Stop it. Paul, where was this and now was it? Oh my God, I don't. Shut up and study. This doesn't have to be answered today or tomorrow, but you and your girlfriend need to sit the fuck down and ask yourselves, well, what do you want in life? Not like, because then that will affect what I want. No, both of you grab 2 sheets of paper, 1 each, write what you want to fucking do in life, and then compare it. And it doesn't mean you're going to break up, or that's not it. Because it'd be the first time, oh shit, what do I want in life? And then a lot of these questions will be answered. But I'm gonna tell you right now, no, because you don't know what you want in life, and it's one thing, well, did I wanna become a CEO or I wanna run a business? Well, either or, let's say you run a business and it's successful, that's a good outcome. Or you became a CEO and you got paid well, well, that's a good outcome. The opportunity cost of the others is not bad. If you have kids when you shouldn't have, which you don't know if you wanna have kids, so that means you shouldn't, that's bad. That's bad. And I mean, and then I don't know much about your girlfriend, but she's older than you, and now her lack of planning is an emergency on your part. We have to worry that because you ain't got no eggs, no more eggs, they're dried up inside. No more egg. Now this is a crisis. Her indecision also indicates to me she should not be having kids. Um, if I don't, I may live with regret, not be might be lonely in old age. Yes, you might be lonely in old age. Presumably, you would have your spouse with you. However, everything I enjoy doing and would like to explore career business wise doesn't pay well, is not stable. No shit, really? Oh my, is this real? Is this real? Man, they must have it on tap over there. Yes. Yes. I if it's fun, millions of people want to do it and it drives down wages, right? This is why early childhood education majors make jack fuck all shit because 40% of 17-year-old girls decide to declare it as their major. And then every year, there's 10 million of those graduates flooding the US labor market economy in early childhood education. They want, I gotta make a living wage. Yes. You can have an easy, fun job that pays shit or a hard, difficult job that pays well. And right now, dude, sounds like you got the best job ever. It's easy, you're paid well, and you don't have to commute that much. I'd shut the fuck up and be thankful to God I got that job. However, I enjoy doing everything I enjoy doing, would like to explore career business why it doesn't pay well, is not stable. So would need to work a miserable job stress over a business. Yes. Now you're getting it. That's why surgeons are paid a lot. That's why corporate executives are paid a lot. That's why tax accountants are paid a lot because the work is stressful, long, tedious, and boring. That's why they're paid a lot of money. Might also add that she's undecided, but has told me that if money wasn't an issue, she could be a housewife, freely pursue things. Well, yeah, I'll be a house husband. She probably wants kids. No, no, it's not probably. That's like a yes or no. But does it feel excited when she sees women with kids? Most fucking indecisive couple ever. Anyway, look at that. Okay, so here's the thing. First, both of you have got to get it through your fucking heads that your jobs are not to provide you meaning and purpose. I'm going to assume you're relatively new to this channel or my works or anything like that. All right. It's got to get beaten out of the both of you that somehow there's a job out there that pays a lot, is rewarding, and you enjoy doing. If it's rewarding and people enjoy doing it, that market is flooded and the wages are driven down. Think you have any idea how lucky you are to have a job that you might find boring but is easy and you don't have to commute full time. The purpose of a job is to get as much money for your lost life you spend at the office 9 to 5 as possible to then go and pursue another life, to live your real life, whether that is travel or children or hobbies or raising ferrets or playing the didgeridoo on the fortnights in Brisbane and Perthbin. Okay. Get it out of both of your fucking millennial heads that your job is supposed to be rewarding. It is to pay you a lot of money. Now, I would not give up your job at all. Not at all. You're making great money. and it's not that hard and it's remote. That should allow you some free time, at least with the commute you don't have to do, to pursue other things like your Substack and all that. These ventures of which may pay off or may not. Okay. But get it out of your head right fucking now, because you got a lot of questions about careers. It's CEO, blah, 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 blah. How much money am I making per hour? And for your girlfriend, I don't know. Is she really working in a toxic environment? Or is it just like, oh, I'm not making a difference. And someone said something unkind to me 3 months ago. She making money? Are you making money? All right. Is it sounds like a handsome wage? There you go. That's it. Your jobs are doing their job. However, I am understanding that yes, it could be a toxic environment. Then she might have to find another job. I get it. So that right there should help you figure out long term what kind of career, job, CEO, business, whatever you're running. Can you make money? And for the love of fucking God, knock it off like, I'm going to buy a business and I think it's funny. Sit down and study. Second thing you got to do is figure out the kids. I'm saying no because you're both wishy-washy. Absolutely not. Like, you two have got to get your financial and your career plans together and where we're going to live and all that before you have kids. You're worried about how much time and effort and money kids are going to take? No, don't have kids. Right. But I have a conversation, but resolve whether or not you're going to have kids or not. Not should we or would we like to? Are we going to? I'm going to tell you right now, the correct answer is do not have kids because neither of you are committed, like are really excited about kids. I mean, imagine that. Like your kids grow up. Dad, did you ever want to have us? You're like, yeah, not really. And so now we go into this world. If you guys aren't going to have kids, then technically there's no reason to get married, but you're in Australia. And I looked it up. They don't have common law marriage in Australia. It's called de facto relationship, where you're just married. And a court has to figure that out and assess, like, okay, are you married? I guess they're pretty liberal in that interpretation. So whether or not you actually go through a ceremony and declare you're married, I guess in terms of the law is moot. You've commingled funds, you're cohabitating, so it's kind of, I guess, written in stone. So in terms of having separate finances and protecting each other's assets from divorce, it's kind of moot. But this is a question for you, especially when it comes to, okay, she's going to quit her job. You're going to sell your place. You're going to go live in her house. Can you trust her? Now, that's kind of, what are you going to do with your money? You going to hide the money? What about the proceeds? Do you like your place? Is she really serious about finding a job, or is she going to find a bauble shop and you're just financing her shit? Now there's a second mortgage on her place because you're enslaved to her. Is she serious about getting all this shit? All this shit. But if you're allowed to live there rent free while you're paying for expenses and all that, I think that's an equitable arrangement. I think that provides the flexibility for her to get out of what could possibly be a very bad employment situation. But I'm going to tell you right now, because you're millennials, it's like, but is there a way I can have a job that's rewarding, and I work at home, and I make 80 billion, zillion, trillion dollar didgeridoos? When you mentioned she's going to buy an online company, no. Landscape was the only thing that made sense because that's direct pay. All these businesses that are for sale, no, they're overpriced. Cappy, you don't know that. You're right, I don't know that. But when I worked in banking, I got this business, it's for sale. They always priced it to the point that you will never generate enough money to actually pay for the mortgage or the loan you take out for it, and net that loan payment, have enough money to live. I don't know what her profession is, but once again, sit the fuck down and study. She could become a tax accountant. Could she become a dentist? Landscaping, sure, yeah. Landscaping, yeah. I'm assuming that Australians, like Americans, are fat, lazy pieces of shit who don't want to do physical labor. Out here, yeah, you could make like 80 grand landscaping, showing up on time, doing the job right. Does she have the equipment and tools to do landscaping, though? This all of this, all these decisions are based on whether you two have an accurate assessment as to whether or not you have good jobs or not. How realistic are you in terms of jobs and careers? Because you guys sound like you're just downing pints of the white girl blood. Just gurgle, 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 gurgle. Ah. So I don't know, but I'd hold on to your job. Is it possible to live with her and hold on to your job? Right. While she goes and finds some, and that's a serious conversation. None of this, I want to run a flower store. None of that coma money bullshit. KHOMA. Look it up. No, she's working a real fucking job. Right. Because otherwise you're enslaved now. And now you gotta make the payments. And now you gotta keep her. But it's been my dream. And she's raising horses, some other horse shit like that. No. Serious conversations. What's so bad about your job? All right. If it actually is toxic, find another job. And what kind of skill does she have? Does she have like a really employable skill or not? If she does, cool. Well, go work a different field, different company within the field. If not, sorry, it might be she has to go back. What's her degree in? Is it a real degree? Is it a real trade? Because it's awfully curious. Like, well, what, you just gonna go do landscaping now? What'd you go to school for? So no, we're not gonna buy a business. No, you're not gonna. Oh, no, you guys are not gonna become writers. That's not you give up on that dream. No, no, you're going to live in the real world, and you're going to provide a value and a service that people willingly pay for. On the side, I'm not against you having your Substack or her writing as well. If she has writing, you're not doing that shit. You're not doing that shit until you get your fucking main shit figured out. Where are we living? What are our careers? What are our professions? What is my to-be wife doing work-wise? It's going to be a lot easier if you don't have kids, I'll tell you that. Do we want to travel? That's it. We're getting our list together. What are we doing in life? What do we want to do in life? Look, we have some common interests. Do we like that more than kids? Let's do that and give up on the kids. And then let's give up on whining. Oh my God, we went traveling, but we couldn't have the kids. So yeah, you could again, I did that on the side. I worked my shit piss jobs, making money, putting myself through school and buying a house and all that, working security, living in basements, working in banking, teaching dance classes. And then, yeah, on the side, I got to write. And then at around the age of 42, 40, well, what was it? Was I 36? Was it 11? Why can't I do math? 39. It wasn't until I did Asshole Consulting was it really that I could just do whatever the hell I wanted, that my writing, podcasting, internet career provide enough money for me to live. It's 39. You know what? Most people never get that. Most people never, and I never had kids. I would not be able to do this if I had kids. I'd be so piss poor if I had kids. So yeah, you need clarity on both what you and your soon-to-be wife want in life. You need to figure out your employment situation, both short-term and long-term, and you need to be realistic about it. You need to give up on this hokum pokum pie in the sky, privileged white girl from Edina bullshit. Where I may be a writer and oh my God, jobs aren't like fun. OMG. Got to give that shit up. And then along with figuring out what you want to do, then comparing notes. What do we want out of life? Identify what you want out of life. And then you need to realize that in pursuing those things in life will prevent you from enjoying other. They are a choice. They are a choice. If you choose one, you can't choose the other. And that's fine. right? And that could include going to that province and living living free, right? The easy country life. You don't have kids, I guess, because the schools are shit over. That's fine, and you chill out and you travel. That's a perfectly fine. There is no world where you get to chill out in life and we be writers, and then she has her bobble shop, and then we pet horses, and we make $800,000 a year, and we have kids, and it's all right if I did or didn't want them because I'm the CEO of it. No, 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 no. You go do some number crunching, you get some budgets, get some goals. Say, oh, these are the goals. This is what we want in life. We decide on the goals. Then we do some number crunching with our budget and our finances and our careers. Okay, if we want these goals, this is what we got to do. If we like to travel, then we should both have careers and professions that allow us remote work, like accounting. Maybe your wife. I'm just gonna bet your future wife just doesn't have a real skill or a talent. Not that one certainly that's going to be self-employment. Maybe she is. Well, maybe she needs to do like you and realize that no jobs are perfect. No job gives you purpose or meaning in life. We make our money and then we go pursue our life doing other things. There you go. That's it. But right now, it's just a clusterfuck of I want, I feel, I don't know, if, then, but, that. What do you want? What does she want? Give up on the hokum pokum bullshit. Sit down, focus. All right. What can we do? What are our career life that's congruent with the goals that help us attain it in life? Go. There you are. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you two should not be having kids. Just to simplify your analysis, I would absolutely not have kids if I were you two. Now, link below is a book called How Not to Become a Millennial. I want you and your girlfriend to go and buy that book or get it on Kindle or whatever and listen to listen to the chapters on careers. Because even though I've explained it here, I explain it way more clearly and in detail why you guys need to simplify your analysis and give up on this impossible hope that there is a job out there that is rewarding and gives you purpose and meaning. That is not what gives you purpose and meaning. I mean, it kind of does in a financial sense. It's a profession, right? But I understand, different country, you may be new to this, all right? At least in the United States, our Zoomers and millennials know their parents and teachers and elders lied to them. They know follow your heart and the money will follow is bullshit. You got to get to there too, and you got to realize it only matters how much money you make coming out of it. I mean, don't become a hitman or anything, but that's it. How much money did I make per hour? I gave you some of my life. How much money did I get back that I can go live my life now? That's the only analysis that ultimately matters. So that's linked below, How Not to Become a Millennial. And then another resource below is The Dad You Never Had. Sounds like your parents were traditional and stayed together. If my son came out like you, not knowing, late 20s, not knowing, I'd be like, okay, where did I fail? So, and here's another, if you're interested in becoming a father, why don't you take that course? It's available on Teachable, not necessarily for your own benefit, though it would instill discipline and focus. But would you be able to teach your kid that? Are you willing? It's a 12-hour course, if I recall correctly. It's very long. Are you willing to sit down and do all that? Not take the course, everything in the course. Are you willing to do that to each and every one of the children you have? And if you're like, that's a lot of work and we want to be able to travel, well, then please, for the love of God, don't have children. Let's go to the super chats. Missouri man, 20 generous dollars. Got fired last week from my corporate job and it makes no sense. I didn't do anything egregious, but it will now take them 2+ weeks to find someone, 3 to 4 weeks on board, and 4 weeks to train the next person. Riddle me that. They are probably getting rid of the position. If I were to guess that. If it makes no sense, you got to understand the vast majority of boomer management. Okay, how do I put it? The vast majority of layoffs and firings have very little to do with the employee. It has to do with economic factors and more so boomer management or more so mismanagement. I've seen it where I've gotten job offers and then the job went away, right? I got a job offer, but then they rescinded the job because, oh, we got rid of that position. That should tell you how poorly managed that company is. Um, so I wouldn't take it personally. This is why you always do your best. And if you still get fired, you know it ain't you. And usually it's them. So something mismanaged. We're laying it off. We're reorganizing. They're always shuffling the deck chairs in the Titanic. It's all, well, we're cutting this, we're screening. And I understand, getting rid of fat and keeping it a trim and lean fighting machine. I've seen people though, like you're right, it could be outright stupidity. I knew one guy, he was mission critical. They fired him. And then he heard back from people that worked on his team who were still there. And like, yeah, they still haven't found anyone because apparently this guy had so many. There's very few people that had the certifications that he did in the requirements. It wasn't a personality fit. And that personality fit has cost them tremendously and lost labor and time because of the key position that he was in. You're asking me to make sense out of boomer and now Gen X business management decisions. Have you not seen the stock prices going down? Have you not seen the layoffs? And I was watching a documentary, not a documentary, but was it Dark Skies? He covers how different companies are going belly up. Volkswagen, the guy just lied. The CEO, previous CEO, the one they got now, just lied. And now he's sought after by the Department of Justice in the United States. Volkswagen, big public corporation, right? You think they'd have, well, we better get someone intelligent. Stellantis, the guy before the one they got now. Dude, if they got gray hair, they got mosquito testes for brains. Don't take it. You should know by now, looking at how mismanaged the boomer generation has managed corporations as well as Gen X. You should know with Disney's Snow White losing money and the Ubisoft gate, you should know now with the enshittification that none of these business leaders and none of these corporate employers know what the fuck they're doing. It is no different than chasing after modern day girls. There is no marriageable. Okay, there's very, very little marriageable women in this country, just as there is very little lifelong worthy employment employers. This is a rent, do not buy. They are for recreational use only. They are temporary. This is not where you establish a career. So I would not take, hey, Raymond, thoughts and minds. Subscribe to his channel, 10 Generous Dollars. We're all going to be alone in old age. Right, exactly. This guy, Ray, this guy could use listening to you because you're right on the ground. I think you're overly pessimistic, but this guy, he's like the anti-Ray. I mean, he's on the opposite side of the earth, right? See, he's opposite side of you. It's anti-Ray. And he's all like puppies and flowers and unicorns. You need to come in there and teach him a lesson. He could stand to the client. You should be listening to Raymond Thoughts. He's overly pessimistic, in my opinion, but he's more accurate. He's got better bearing. Ray's, in terms of where the needle bears, Ray is much closer to how the real world works than the white girl from Edina, who's not a white girl from Edina in Australia. We're all going to be alone in age, and inflation will guarantee you'll have some kind of income. This ain't getting better. How do people not get this? Age. I think there's a tremendous amount of brainwashing and propaganda and lies. And maybe just misinformation, not malicious lies. I think young people are brought up to believe, because we were told that too. You were told that, right? We were told what we wanted to hear, or what our parents thought we wanted to hear, and not what we needed to hear. We're given no training. And the good news is, through self-employment, that's naturally an inflationary hedge, right? Let's say we were landscaping. I think the best idea of that entire email I heard was landscaping. It doesn't matter how many didgeridoo dollars they print off, the Central Bank of Australia prints off. She will always be able to increase her prices like a dentist. your trade skill, working on the house and all that. You'll always be able to charge more. My books, though not vital, I can always charge more, and I do. I increase my books with inflation. Every 2 or 3 years. I'm like, yeah, it's time to increase the prices. And yeah, I don't know. I just think, truthfully, it's two things. I think they just suck your soul out and and keep you spiritually, mentally, and energetically emaciated in school. I think they just destroy your spirit and break your back in school. So you're not paying attention. You don't care. You just want to get out. And they just tell you the pretty lies like, okay, I do this thing, then it gets better. If I keep voting Democrat, then it gets better. If I do this, then it gets better. I think they're so weak they don't have the energy to question the feasibility of what the parents and the teachers and the adults are telling them. And it's so bad in school, spiritually speaking. They're just desperate for some kind of emancipation. Finally, we're free. That's about it. But you'd think after 22, 23, you wake up, especially with the internet, they're waking up. And I do see that. I see Zoomers. I'm like, you see both men and women retreating from each other. You see people, the Zoomers, like, nope, we're lying flat. We're not investing in corporate America. So I think the information is getting out there. But there are still some, oh, I can I'm going to work in the big four because, I can't wait to work for Goldman Sachs. And so I like economics Ethan because he's like, yeah, that whole world is bullshit. Like, you don't want to work there. No one wants to work at Disney. No one, I'm going to program video games. Yeah, no one. They're all like, nope, these are corrupt, organized. So I think there's a little bit more street smarts, but there's still your true believers. Bob, $5. Cappy, my life is insufferable because I'm not a video game streamer traveling around the world and fucking redheads and top model. Mwah. I know. That I barely work. Life is super easy. I make 6 figs and I have a 2-day per week commute. I hate my job. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Just be happy you got it, man. Femboy Fantasia, $2. Cappy, do you cuss when you work on cars? I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because it's you look at it and you see either what previous mechanics did or what the engineers did. You're like, what the fuck were you thinking? Missouri man, $10. I was a work from home employee. Yes, I got lazy and wasn't the most productive employee, but still not worth firing. Well, they probably figured you were lazy. See what happens? Look, now you got to worry about, was it me? I'll tell you, but especially after college, certainly after college, it wasn't me. I know I was the best, or I gave my best, I should say. Maybe I'm not the best in the world, but I gave my best. There was nothing else I could have done. And surprise, the housing bubble and all the banks went bankrupt. I'm like, oh, I was right. I was. Say hi to that FBI agent for me who's investigating your clients. Yes. I'm not the company that lost $10 million. You're the company that lost $10 million this quarter. See, but now you got to stop. Look, man, it's the same 8 hours every day. You want to put your best in or not? Like the last place I worked, the Bank of Wyoming, that was great because I didn't give them, it was almost a game to me. Like, I'm not giving them any fucking excuses. I say, all email that to me. Email that to me. Oh, is that what's this email say? Oh, you said the thing and now you're saying the opposite thing. Well, am I obeying you from a week ago or knew you? Did you time travel? Are you a doppelganger? What's happening? I bet you they were so pissed off they couldn't fire me because I was just like, nope, I'm solid, man. I'm airtight. What do you, that was your order. See this email? They posted my job again. I'm going into carpentry now after 8 years of corporate jobs. Good for you. Missouri man, it's the same thing. Do the job right. Do it right. Sober, right, on time, on budget. Do it right. And then it's not me. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.